Hello and welcome to the first of my vlogs. Um, I suppose this one's just really to explain where this is coming from and who I am. Um, I was a filmmaker, for the last maybe 10 years. I had some success with, for example, a short film called Whatever Turns You On. I'm going to put it up here, so you've no excuse not to watch it. It's only 4 minutes long. But that qualified for the Oscars in 2010. But that's as far as it got. It didn't win or anything like that. And then my dad was suffering from cancer. He died in 2014, and that whole period was a bit of a washout in terms of working in the film industry or anything like that. And kind of after he died, rather than go back to trying to make films, I decided to go to college instead. I'd always been kind of fascinated by Trinity College, which is right in the heart of Dublin where we are now. I'm on Capel Street, which is literally beside the River Liffey, the main river that runs through the city. And I guess growing up as a Dubliner, there's something really special about Trinity. It kind of reminds you of those medieval towns in Italy where you climb to the top of the hill and there's this ancient wall, and you go through the castle walls and you're into this old town. Trinity's a little bit like that, because in the bustle and hustle of Dublin City, it's just this little kind of, it's not little, it's quite big really, but you go through the gates and there's just this sense of history. It's been 400 years there or something, and plus it's, I think, one of the top 100 universities in the world, so it's quite cool as well from that point of view. And after Dad died, our attention kind of turned to Mum, and she has dementia, like Alzheimer's, and she's really cool though, can be really, really funny, but she can be pretty unpredictable, I think would be the word. And I do come from a very eccentric family, so I'm surprised we even noticed that she had it. But we all now, my siblings and I, kind of take turns in taking care of her. So we have it on a kind of a rota, every Friday evening and Sunday are my times with her, so everybody knows that she's looked after. Then I'm there, and then when I leave, I know one of my siblings have her totally under care, so I can get on with life. And the one thing, I suppose, though, that resulted from all of that was I'm studying in Trinity, doing Spanish and Italian, and spending that time with Mom, and then also doing bits and pieces of kind of video work and design work to pay the bills. So it became quite difficult to make films. That's such a collaborative thing and takes such a lot of organization. So I suppose in the days leading up to Dad's death, well, more likely the years, I kind of started writing. It was meant to be a film, but I wasn't able to do that, so I started writing a book called Pins and Needles, and I'd started visiting the Camino de Santiago in Spain just to kind of turn off the world and bring the whole thing down to am I wearing the right shoes and where am I going to stay tonight and that kind of thing. So it kind of simplified everything, and it was my my little zen zone, I suppose. And I'd become really kind of, I suppose, enchanted, I suppose is the word, with the Camino de Santiago, as a lot of people have. And a combination of things then, the idea for the film and then the Camino led to me writing a book. I started it before, well before Dad died, discussed it with him. I told him how it was going to go and everything. I knew it was just getting the time to actually put it to paper was the difficulty. But I finally finished that. Dad died in November 2014. It is now October 2017. And I finished it, I suppose, last month, and it's now available on Amazon in print on demand or as an ebook, and it's just going into shops now. So the 12th of October, which is Thursday week, there's the official launch in Dublin's oldest bookstore, which is Hodges and Figgis on Dawson Street. So I suppose if I do any more vlogging before then, it'll be all about the panic of trying to get that organised. I have to go to Austria on Monday the 9th, coming up, to present a kind of a film curriculum for youth workers. So that's going to be the Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. I get back very late on the Wednesday, and the following day is the launch. So it's funny, like I should be thinking about what the launch is going to be, like what am I going to say, are people going to show up, but all I can think about is the food. Like, am I going to get the food right, and is the wine going to be good, and like it kind of shows you my priorities. But yeah, if I vlog, it's going to be probably about that and the trip to Austria. But I just wanted to, I suppose, introduce myself and get this thing kicked off. I have been blogging on WordPress, so declancassidy.com. I kind of pointed that to a new WordPress blog, and I've been kind of doing that. But with so much writing now in college, and just all the madness that goes on, I thought just saying a few words into camera would probably be easier. And I'm not used to being on this side of it. I'm more used to being on that side of it. But I suppose I'll leave you with this one thing. You may have noticed that this eyebrow isn't moving at all. So less than 2 months ago, at the start of August it was, I had a fall down like some concrete stairs. I don't remember exactly, like I was concussed. I was out for pretty much 24 hours or something, but I landed on my head, and I ended up with 17 stitches. So I don't know if you can see, like, but it was an awful mess. But like the wound was so deep that it severed the nerve that controls the eyebrow, and so now it just doesn't move. So if I do that, I just look sardonic or like half surprised. So yeah, I suppose more about that, because in November I'm going to go and see if it hasn't started moving. They might have to operate and kind of like lift it. So I'll leave you with that snippet of information, and yeah, I hope you subscribe, because if I get some people actually interested, I'll keep it up. Otherwise, I'll just kind of like peter off into nothing and get back to writing. So thanks, and do subscribe.